This is Casita Big Dog Rescue, and this is my pack. We rescue dogs from the local animal shelter that have been abandoned due to unfortunate circumstances. I teach them doggy etiquette and match them with the perfect owners. I'm not a dog trainer. I don't teach obedience classes. I help owners better understand their best friend. I believe every dog deserves a second chance. I'm Rafael CABRERA, and this is Casita Big Dog Rescue. Welcome to Casita Big Dog Rescue. Today's show is going to be about the wonderful adoptions that we've had here and matching the right dog to the right owner. Today we're going to reflect on Mindy, who is now named Blaze. She went to a wonderful family called the Bridenstines. We couldn't be happier with them. They were looking for a dog that they could take out and exercise themselves as well as the dog and also stimulate their mind. Of course, we know Mindy, it was a Carolina Singer dog. It was a wonderful, wonderful dog, great companion for our guys. She had a great personality. So follow us today to Bark Central and see how everything's turning out with the Bridenstines and now Blaze.
I've been looking for a dog for a little while, and I knew exactly what I wanted in a dog, and I wasn't willing to compromise on some things until I found the right dog. So last Sunday, Kim and I went down to the park in Inverness, and at Liberty Park they had a fishing tournament. And Rafael happened to be there with Bill, and they had two of their dogs there. And we first saw Rocky, and we thought Rocky looked like a nice dog, and we talked to Bill about her or him a little bit. And Bill seemed to think that Rocky might be too high energy for us, and that was a consideration for ourselves before we got a dog. We didn't want a puppy, or we want a mature dog. So we got to know Rafael then, and he introduced us to Mindy. And Mindy is about our speed. She's not rambunctious, she's very laid back. And when we saw her, we liked her, so we came home and we looked her up on the internet, her breed. And the more we got to know about American dingoes, the more fascinated we became by it. So we did a lot of research. In fact, for 2 days we were on the internet.
Right.
We watched YouTubes, we watched the Big Dog Rescue's television programming. And so we got to know the dog and learn about her traits, and we felt that she was a good match. So then we contacted Rafael again, and he brought Mindy over and introduced her, and she got to visit us. 2 times she came to our home. So we got to know her. Rafael got to learn about us, and he told us about her. So he was actually the one that let us know that he felt it would be a good match between Mindy and ourselves, and we felt comfortable about it after getting acquainted with her.
She needs to keep up with you, not you to keep up with her. So the key is for you to be relaxed, okay? I don't want you holding her like this. I want you to have faith in yourself and faith in her. Kim's more confident right now. I gave him the little pep talk. And you notice now she is responding to it. And Mindy is no longer Mindy.
Blaze.
Now her name is Blaze. And Blaze, because when we first brought her here, I gave myself too much confidence, and we allowed Blaze out in the lanai, and she went through the screen trying to chase a squirrel because she does have a high prey drive. But Del made a very nice comment, and he says, well, I'm glad I got to see that. He goes, now I know exactly what you mean by high prey drive. I'm inside. I crossed that threshold, and now I'm going to ask her politely to come on in. Blaze, come. That was beautiful. He did perfect. Now she's, this is it. This is the last step. She's gonna go to the door, take a look. You happy? Get in. here we are with the Bridenstines. They adopted Mindy. Now she is Blaze. We did the show about her and everything, and she is just doing wonderfully. Thank you so much. Things have been well?
It's been our pleasure, I'll tell you, all the way along.
She's completed our little family.
Yes, things. So, and coming here to Bark Central, has it added any benefit?
Oh, well,
Absolutely.
it has made a completely new dog out of her. I really didn't feel like she was confident in herself, and we took her on walks, you know, on the trail.
Yes.
And she just, you know, you always were kind of keeping them back so that the dogs didn't meet. But now that she's out here, she's got total confidence in herself and in other dogs.
She looks great, and she's been very obedient. They asked Blaze to lay and stay, and she's been there ever since. So we can't thank them enough for saving her life. You know, she's a truly remarkable dog, and we couldn't ask for a better family for her to go to. So, and Bark Central offers a great and wonderful outlet to expend that energy. There's plenty of squirrels here. These are the smartest squirrels in Citrus County because they rarely get caught, and we got some pretty quick dogs here. So they're very smart, these squirrels. We could probably all take a little lesson from them. But again, this is a place to come if you have a dog that's social. You recommend it?
Oh, she's made a lot of friends here, just like a little kid.
Good, good.
Yeah, it's great. You can clean her up on the way out. I gave her a bath here last Friday and took her home. She smelled nice all weekend.
So they have facilities here for bathing.
Yes.
They have a pond where the dogs can go swimming in. Does she utilize the pond?
She loves it.
She loves the
She
pond.
loves it.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so...
And because of that, we were able to take her over to the Gulf of Mexico here the other day. And, you know, the first lick was a little bit unusual for her, but the squirrels were replaced by seagulls.
Oh, well, there you go. Did she catch any fish while you were there for you?
No,
No?
They didn't seem to be coming up near her.
Okay. All right. Continue watching. We're going to go see what kind of mischief that Blaze can get into. See if he can possibly catch a squirrel. Remember to spay and neuter. Exercising your dog, mental stimulation, highly important. Get to the shelter, save a life, because the life you save might very well be your own. Continue watching.
But we wouldn't have been able to train him without all the advice that Rafael gave us. I mean, we did everything he said, and it just goes to show you, if you do everything the trainer says and you just do it, you get an amazing dog.
Welcome to Casita Big Dog Rescue. Today we're going to take a fond look back at one of our most unique cases, Toby and the pig, where we had to acclimate a Labrador with a pig. And it turned out very, very well. The owners were very receptive. They did everything I asked them to do. We couldn't ask for a better ending. Today, Toby and Ellie Mae are best friends, living a great quality of life together. So continue watching the show, see how everything turns out, and remember, spay and neuter.
We're Keith and Kathleen. We have a house full of animals, actually. We have a 12, 13-year-old boxer that was a rescue. We also have 4 cats that were all rescues as well, and a teacup pig. She's about a year old, and we wanted to adopt a new dog into the house to allow her to have a playmate. So we went to the shelter, and we picked up little Mr. Toby. Toby doesn't want to be, he's not aggressive. He doesn't seem like that he wants to try to attack or hurt any of the animals, but he is very playful, and he is 80 pounds, and our cats obviously are a lot smaller. The other issue we have is our pig. She's the dominant one of the household. She has taken me as her owner and her, ultimate family member, I guess, and she does not want anybody or anything to come between us. So this is definitely something that we're going to have to work around. There's a lot of nipping and biting. There's some playfulness as well, but it also can be very malicious at times. So it's definitely something that we have to nip in the bud pretty quick.
No. See, he definitely wants to play. So this is all game to him. So the more we pursue him, the more he's going to want to run like that.
There we go. There we go.
Just another day here at our local petting zoo. He's inviting me to chase him to go play. That's what he wants desperately. He wants one of these animals to retaliate the favor. So she's just defending herself. But this is all an invitation. That's all he's doing, is inviting her to come and play. I know. He's fresh, right? So she's, you know, she's doing what she does as a pig. He's doing what he does as a dog. And there's a language barrier. He needs to be around a group of dogs his age. That's going to wear him down, you know, and that will change. That will change everything. He needs to get more exercise than what Keith and Kathleen are giving him, and they're giving him plenty. But he needs more, so we recommend the dog park, you know. And the other thing, and this, I don't take this the wrong way, there's not much room for them to run.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that adds a lot to the problem too. If they had a bigger area, he can get away from her, she can get away from him. And this is what he wants. He wants her to turn and chase him. Toby, hey! Come. Good for you. That's what you get. She gave it to you, see? Well, here we are inside the wonderful home of Kathleen and Keith. Again, like I said outside, we had asked them to make some changes to their home. They went above and beyond. The place is completely renovated. It's wonderful. I want to move in. Thank you for having us. It's great to see you again, Keith. Kathleen, thank you so much. You are definitely some of our favorite folks to work with. Coming out here, it just makes us feel great. The love that you have for animals and the extra mile that you went, it goes beyond words. Tell me, what kind of changes have you made here?
Well, the last time you were here, we called it Ellie World. This was her domain. All that over there was mud and hay, actually. We've ripped all that out. We've taken our pool yard back. So we've now redid all this, and we have our flowers and our little sanctuary. But because we took this back as our own, we've now put a new area up for Ellie. We fenced in the back part of the house for her, so she has her own little new Ellie world, I guess you could say.
Yeah. We created more space, you know, I mean, that was an issue that you had mentioned to us. So we did what you said, and we created more space and fenced in. We pretty much created an L following the back of the house. So Ellie has her own area, and now Toby also inhabits that area with her, and they get along fine now.
So now, so opening it up gave them more independence, so they don't have to be on top of each other, and there's less of Toby chasing Ellie.
Yep.
And vice versa.
Absolutely.
Yep. So it's good. And if you remember last time we were here, everything was completely different inside here. This is basically, like Kathleen said, this was Ellie's environment. Now they have it back. They have peace of mind again. They have their own area. Yep. It's very important, you know. You can't have your pets on top of you 24 hours a day.
Absolutely.
You need that respite. They need to get their time alone, and human beings have to have their time alone. And this is like Eden right now. This is simply beautiful. This, like they said before, this was all hay. It was all tore up. Now they have this beautiful garden over here. Kathleen has just gone, we'll use the terminology, hog wild. And she's made quite the difference.
Yeah, this is all grass. You know, we tore it all up, laid black plastic down, laid mulch down, leveled all that off with crushed limestone, put these pavers down. We really completely just redid everything, but the only stuff that we bought that was new were the pavers. Everything else is either discounted or came from used or recycled somewhere else.
So as they were saying, that he built a little section out here for Toby and for Ellie Mae. So we're going to go out here, and now we're going to see their little environment. So come on and follow along. So this is it. This is Ellie Mae and Toby. This is their play area. Now, the last time I don't believe you were even utilizing this part of the...
This was nothing. It was just part of the yard.
So now they opened it. They fenced it all off. They got regular cattle fencing, 4-inch square, and it goes right around, right to the back.
If you want to maybe walk the perimeter with us here, we'll show you. We pretty much just followed the perimeter of the house, came here, and just went all the way down got this fence from a guy who had a farm, discounted price. We got all these fence posts at a discounted price, and a weekend, and got it put up.
There you
They have
go.
their pool over there, so they can go and get cooled off during the day if they're warm.
It's got everything they need. They got housing, they got plenty of water, plenty of shade. They got a beautiful tree here for shade. They have the pool. This is a great area for them to get away from each other. Ellie is definitely much more relaxed than the last time we here when we first encountered her with Toby. She's completely different. You can just tell by her body language how much she's changed. She's very much more comfortable in her own skin right now. She's a wonderful. I don't even think she knows she's a pig.
No.
You know, and I even feel bad calling her a pig sometimes. It sounds rude, you know. So we'll just keep calling her by her name, Ellie Mae, which is a beautiful name.
Yeah, this is really was meant to be Ellie's area, and if you see there's white flags running the perimeter around the rest of the yard, that is Toby's area, but we're still training him with it. When he has, it's an electric fence that we dug 2 trenches for. They're 8 feet apart, encircling the right side of our property. And he understands that the flags will give him a shock, but because he's sort of a timid dog at times, when he comes out, he still hasn't completely opened up yet. He'll usually hang out by the carport, but for the meantime, having the two of them out here has proven to be just as good. But we wouldn't have been able to train him without all the advice that Rafael gave us. I mean, from A to Z, I don't know that we would have survived. And what's a shame is that whoever had him beforehand obviously didn't know how to train a dog. And that resulted in the behavior that they didn't want. And we did everything he said, and it just goes to show you, if you do everything the trainer says and you just do it, you get an amazing dog.
Well, the difference is having people that follow the advice. A lot of people will yes you to death and they'll say this and that, but in the back of their mind all the time, all they're saying is, I've had animals all my life, I don't really need any help, I can do this. But I believe if, in fact, not only with you, a lot of our clients, if they did not follow some of the advice I gave, the dog would wind up back at the shelter. And, you know, this is kudos to both of you. You know, Toby, this is Toby's life, and he made the difference. But you truly made a big, big difference with this guy. You know, you saved his life, changed his world, and he changed yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
He is an amazing dog.
We have so much fun with him.
He is such a good dog. I mean, we take him out with us on the boat. We take him out with us everywhere we go. We just went camping, and most of the time he just lays around. I mean, he's not even 2 years old and he's a lab, but he generally just lays around because I think he's just happy and content.
Yes, you can see that. He's very, very secure here. The trust, the way he looks at you both, his interaction with Kathleen is remarkable. He looks to her for everything. Keith is definitely the disciplinarian that makes him, you know, keeps him in check. This is the love. This is the discipline. It's a great marriage. It works very well, you know, and this is why we can have this type of situation right here. And they got the 4 cats inside. Remember the 4 cats?
Yep.
And their names again?
We have Leto, we have Domino, Godiva, and Chance.
Yes, and things are still a little dicey at times with them, but for the most part, everyone's copacetic.
We had a big issue in the beginning with them chasing him, and as Rafael said, you just have to be consistent in making corrections. So we were. And now, if a cat were to run by, he might just sit there, or if he starts whimpering, we say leave it with that exact phrase, and he knows. He knows that phrase with anything, and the minute those words start to come out of our mouths, he will let alone whatever it was. So it's very manageable now. If he comes up and demands attention, you know, you don't give it, you ignore him. When you walk in the door, you wait before you greet him, all of those things. I mean, when you were eating, you know, we tell him to back off, and he'll give the puppy dog face, and most people would feel bad, but there's plenty of times when I'll ask him to come over to me and he'll ignore me. So
So this is when I do ask people to do this is just dog psychology.
Right.
This is how dogs treat each other. And as you can see, they've gotten great results by, I taught them how to speak and act like dogs. They transferred that into communication with Toby, and it made a difference. And it's not about being mean to your pet, and it's not about not loving them. It's about giving them what they truly need over what you think they want.
it just translates into the alpha thing and how a dog thinks. And
Exactly correct.
you know, I mean, if I were a dog and another dog were in my food, I wouldn't say, could you please step over there, sweetie?
right.
You know, I don't snap at him, but I say, back up, back up.
That's right.
And I turn my head, and he goes in the living room and he sits down. He doesn't sit near us when we're eating.
That's right. That's calm, assertive energy, and that's what
Right,
dogs understand,
right.
and that's what they respect. They don't respect
Right.
affection. They don't respect wishy-washiness. They don't respect
No.
maybe. They respect definite, and as long as you're confident, they will follow you and they will do anything you ask, and that's what establishes the trust factor. That's why Toby today is a completely different dog.
Yeah, and that's what you get. You get
Repetition
a
and
completely
two big things.
amazing
that are very
animal.
important in training.
very sweet, very loving, very protecting, very gentle.
Yeah.
And somebody dropped him off at the pound
Thank you.
Yes.
because they didn't know how to raise
They
him.
didn't know how to raise him. They felt he was unmanageable, and Kathleen and Keith definitely proved them wrong.
Absolutely. The dog park, Bark Central, you know?
Yes, we do want to give a big shout out to the Bryan family over at Bark Central.
Yeah.
That it was a big contributing factor to helping Toby getting a little bit more balance.
It was the icing on the cake.
Yes,
'Cause-
we highly recommend
Yeah.
dog parks for young dogs. We have been very fortunate to have a dog park here in Citrus
See, there's
County.
a cat right
Here's
there.
a cat right here.
Just leaving it, see? He's just letting it go.
And that, if you remember, this is the cat that Toby had on top of the fence. This is Leto.
Yes.
Leto.
This
This
is
is the
Leto.
one he was chasing at on top of the fence. Doesn't even budge.
And now he's just another cat.
Yep,
Consistency is everything.
it is. He's truly a success story.
4 months ago, he would have been losing his mind, and he probably would have scaled the fence to get to the cat.
Yep.
So
Kathleen was taking him every day. When I finally got a chance to go over there, I was just blown away by all this open, wide acres of land, and these dogs could just play with each other, and that freedom gave him that last little bit of trust that he needed that said, yeah, you can go run, you can play, you know.
well, what's so funny is, you know, as parents, we all, you know, we have play dates with our kids, or we take our kids to daycare, or we take our kids to the park. We do all this stuff with our children. Animals aren't any different. They have to have socialization as well as
Yeah.
humans.
That's
so
right.
it is very
I
important.
mean, and that was one of the things that we waited on to do.
And that was what changed.
Yeah,
everything. That's what
what's
changed
funny is everything that Rafael told us to do, we eventually, I mean, we did at first all the little things, then the dog park was the last thing, but I mean, it's just amazing now. It's just you wish everybody that could adopt a pet could get a brief little training on how to raise that pet, because it would be the difference.
I'm just happy as all get out. I couldn't ask for better people to work with, and I'd be much more satisfied than this.
Thank you.
This can happen to you. These are the dogs you can find at the shelter. Remember, pause. Patience always wins. This is what made the big triumph here. They took the time, they took the patience, they were consistent, they followed the instructions, and this is how things turn out. I hope these stories inspired you to move you to make a difference in saving the life of a shelter pet, just like we have here at Casita Big Dog Rescue and all of the wonderful people that have adopted from us. We want to thank ValuePetSupplies.com for making this all possible. We want to thank Big Lug. We want to thank Mika, Lefty, Lucy, and Penny, and everyone involved. Continue watching, support our show. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.